Hello Aquarius, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista and this is your reading for the week of June 17th to 23rd, 2019. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and to click the notification bell so that you can find out when your reading comes out next week. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. And this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Okay, so physically, we have the Four of Cups. Emotionally, the Queen of Wands. Mentally, the Tower in reverse, and spiritually, the Empress. Wow, so you have some freedom happening for you in terms of your thinking, and this may not, you may not resonate exactly with the term freedom right now. It may not feel so much like freedom to you. It just may feel more like what the F is going on here. There may be a real, I don't want to say come to Jesus moment happening, but a real reckoning happening, a real shaking of your foundation, and a real throwing out things from your ways of thinking that are from your past and that you were perhaps taught and that have been the foundation of how you think about things and how you move forward in your life, and they are just no longer relevant for you. They are no longer applying. The way things were meant to be and were supposed to go for you just is not happening. However, with the Queen of Wands and the Empress here, it looks like, well, you know, it really looks like probably some masculine energy that had been dictating for you how things could go or should go has been overthrown. And there is much more of a feminine energy now, an abundance, a creativity that is overflowing for you and that is really coming through for you, a connection to your passion. And a connection to your passion, an emotional connection to your passion that is really directing you and really you have a good handle on. And it's maybe that's where this sense of freedom can come in, where you can realize that you actually didn't need all of that driving and all of that, those harsh boundaries and those really judgmental sorts of restrictions that were on things, like that just does not apply to you anymore whatsoever. You now have this space of knowing your emotions and knowing when they come up how to manage them with compassion and how to integrate them. There's a real sense of not being afraid of your shadow side anymore, and having learned how to integrate that, or integrate the part that has come up for you and perhaps has been a real sticking point for you in the past. But there is more of a connection to your emotion, a connection to your inner child, and an understanding and an ability to work with how they interplay with each other and how you can allow their strengths to really help move you forward where you need to go and really help you in certain situations, and how were things that you maybe perceived as weaknesses before, rather than turning on yourself and being hard on yourself for them, you're able to have compassion for yourself and to deal with them in ways that are not detrimental to you but actually have become quite beneficial for you. And you're maybe even finding where those things are some of your greatest gifts, in fact. And it's really, really beautiful to see this. And it looks like spiritually your openness to this new energy and this overarching archetype of nurturing and more of a mothering aspect to your spirituality is definitely paying dividends and definitely having you in a place of feeling very stable and very connected and very solid spiritually, and you're starting to reap the benefits and to see the abundance that is coming from this shift for you. When you think about it, that's probably when things start to get a bit messy for you. But as long as you're able to sink into the feeling and to the knowing that you have with it, that's where your strength is going to come through. And it looks like perhaps sinking into this knowing and just allowing yourself to be in touch with the emotions of it and really feeling like you have permission for that, that might be a little bit shaky at this point. With the Four of Cups here, it looks like this sense of contemplation and meditation has become a bit more insulated and a bit more, it's not to the point of a Two of Swords where you're cutting things off and not wanting to see things, but it is a space of not being aware of what's being offered to you and not being aware of the emotional gifts that you are able to reap and the harvest that is coming to you right now. And as this shift continues, you will find space to heal the relationship with the masculine energy and to have it become something that it's still necessary, but it doesn't need to be in the harsh, imposing way that it was for you in the past. And that's okay. That's all in the future. It's not something you need to worry about now. But in your haste, I suppose, to push that away and to not have that be relevant for you before, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. This feminine, expansive energy is wonderful, but if it becomes unchecked, it can also become uncomfortable and not the best thing for us. So there does need to be some of the sense of creating a container for it where it can flourish and where it can really be the best thing for us. And that container comes from the masculine energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if further along we see some more of the Lovers or other cards that represent balancing the duality. At this point, this is kind of letting the feminine aspect of yourself breathe and letting it find its own place and letting it really, really come to fruition and really, it's almost like you're steeping in it right now, and that's beautiful. Go ahead and let that continue, and I really hope this has resonated for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today. I really, really appreciate you being here. If you would like a little bit more of a reading that's specific to you, you can contact me through my website, the link for which is in the description box below. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And thank you again for being here, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.